But
Who cares about the veterans? We don't care about the veterans, you know. I think that should be not just a national holiday, but it should kind of be like a federal. I think the only stores that should really be open in the times of like a Memorial Day, or I should just say it for now, just a Veterans Day,
yeah,
are stores that you know you need to shop at, right? Like transportation should still go on.
yeah,
Um, the major things that need to take place should still go on, like hospitals and everything, and then they should be awarded, you know,
yeah,
that pay for that. Like you should get time and a half or double time or whatever it is. Like, and then I think we also don't. This country itself doesn't do a good job of taking care of its veterans and lifting them up
nah,
and giving them placement, housing placement, or making sure their welfare being mental health and physical health. I hear different stories all the time about, man, I'm struggling to do this or I'm struggling to do that. Well, man, these motherfuckers cut me from this or USAA and they is these different things. I'm using them as an example because I don't really know well enough, but I hear different people have different stories about what's going on with them. So I think it should be a federal holiday where you know everyone gets that day off, or those who can be off should be off. You know,
yeah,
teachers, of course, the school aides and everything, everybody within a school system, shit like that. You know, college not so much,
nah, yeah,
not so
for
much
me,
for
yeah,
college.
yeah. It's college, like should be learning. If it interrupt your schooling, get up out of the graduate on time. But I agree. For the veterans, like I used to work with some back in the day and stuff, and just like they just now really just starting to get like veterans like decent paying jobs or like something worth like coming back into society after coming from overseas or if they was in some type of war or some type of conflict. But yeah, like they definitely need a little more respect, and I couldn't do it. Like I'm not respecting them. Like I respect them for more than anything.
Yeah, it's not something that's high value for me. I have cousins, so salute to all my cousins, male or female, that also served in the military. God bless those guys. To everyone around the United States of America, or if you stay in the intercontinental United States of America, or if you stay anywhere overseas and you find out that living there is better. Because I know people that left here and went to Germany or Switzerland or was it Iceland, and they are having a hell of a life there. They're loving their life and they're enjoying it. And they said they would not come back here. And if they did come back, they would not let you know. And some of those same people have come back. They have let some of us know, but they don't want everybody to know that they're back here and they want to be left the hell alone. And I understand it.
Yeah,
It's not because anybody in particular did anything to them. It's just because they just want to live a low key life. It's the same way I would like to live mine. You know, I don't want to be bothered.
exactly. Same. No, I don't blame them at all. I'll do the
Mm-mm.
same thing.
Mm-mm.
If I can get ghosts, hey,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Like
would.
what Kendrick say, women, weed, and weather, you know, like if I could get it like that, I
Yeah.
keep it like that. You know, there would be nothing wrong with that. But let's move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. You know, we are back with Keith Too Tall and myself. Oh, mega. And this episode is about sports. Brother, I'm gonna into it right away and I'm gonna cover boxing real quick. The main event, I'm gonna get right to it
Yeah.
because ass. I'll say that the boxing card over the weekend for Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin. Trash bag juice. I fell asleep on most of that shit. I was literally out, like literally out cold while watching it. Ass, butt
Like
cheeks.
was it that after you that fell asleep on it, or was you tired? Like was you like
I was a little
hungover?
tired. I was a little tired, but you know, it was one of those times where if you're sitting there and you're watching it and you all of a sudden get comfortable, like if I was to just lean back right now, you would
Yeah,
just go to sleep. Like, yo, this shit, I
yeah.
don't even know if this shit is thrilling enough for me to pay attention. And for those who don't know, like I'm a boxing head. I love boxing. I did some boxing years ago. Yeah, it's one of those things that I've been deep in and entrenched in, and I've loved it my entire life. But it seems that this weekend it wasn't the best card. So the main event, I'm just gonna get to the main event because let me say this: salute to all the guys that do box and get in the ring and do martial arts or whatever it is, into a square or into a circle or into an octagon, whatever it is you choose to
Oh
do.
yeah,
All that shit is you know, it's not just about. hurting people. It's about discipline and knowing when to turn it on and when to turn it off. And a lot of people don't understand that. So I want to say that as well. But God bless those fighters who did choose to give up their life for something that is very rigorous and dangerous. And at any point in time, you could easily lose your life. But the Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin card as a whole was not that good. I'll probably give it like a D or F. And then on to the main event. Virgil Ortiz knocks out Erickson Lubin in 2 rounds. So the first round they got past that round was just kind of like mostly most guys when they do that. It's a fill out round.
Yeah,
Virgil went right to it though. He tried to jump right on him. And what I do like about Virgil is as a Mexican Virgil Ortiz, he's just not like the typical Mexican fighter where he just walks you down and just beats you up. Like his pace can be very frenetic, like it's high intensity. Like he's not only just trying to get to you to pressure you, but he's really trying to punish you and hurt you and beat you up. And this fight, particularly, he came out very electric and he really got to it. He didn't waste any time like going to Erickson Lubin, so he jumped right on Erickson Lubin's ass and he didn't get off, man. He's on that motherfucker like a pit bull on a mailman. You know what I mean? He didn't let go. So first round, they got through it. Erickson Lubin started going to the ropes, like I always say he should not do. You should not be nowhere near the ropes, sir, especially with what's been going on with you lately. He's had a couple bad spills in the ring where he's been beaten up, and then a knockout some years ago. So I
yeah,
thought he was really going to come into this fight, and I've been saying it all along. I told people if you're going to put your money on somebody, put it on a more experienced boxer who's been through the trenches and he knows how this feels, and he'll rise to the occasion and he won't carry the fight. He'll make this fight go 9, 10, 11, 12 rounds and it'll be a beautiful boxing exhibition or he'll beat him up, or it'll be a nice fight, but it won't be the type of fight that Virgil Ortiz will enjoy. Wah, 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 wah. Virgil Ortiz goes in there and in the second round, he knocks this dude out with like 2 minutes left or something like that, man.
damn,
It was just all force, all momentum. Like all gas, no brakes, bro. He didn't give him any chance to do anything. And when he got Lubin on the ropes, most guys they set up shots, because they're trying to break you down and everything.
yeah,
Everything was force and power, dude. Like he didn't waste any time getting to this guy, and he gave him the foo flops, the mollywops, the minks,
mm-hmm.
everything else you could give to this man. He gave him all that old Batman shit, punch, bam, scram from the old shows.
Under
He,
my peers.
man, all the onomatopoeias. He gave him everything he could, man, and he got him out of
Top,
it. Man,
damn,
man, all that, even the Kendrick
Kendrick is
Lamar's, everything. He threw everything at him. The fight was over. I was disappointed. I'm gonna say a little. I was disappointed in Erickson Lubin's performance, but it is what it is. Congratulations to Virgil Ortiz for a hell of a performance. You did what you're supposed to do. Now, what I don't like is what you've been saying in the after the fight was over. What he said was that just sign a contract, say yeah, say you want to fight, and what did you think? Boots did. Boots gets in the ring after the fight is over. They asked him to come to the ring. So Boots comes down. He gets in the ring. They talking shit back and forth. He's like, yo, I'm gonna make you pay for all this shit they've been talking. Then Virgil goes, yo, it was your corner that started all that, blah, blah. So they're going back and forth about that. He's like, it don't even matter anymore. The time
yeah,
is now. He started pointing at his watch. It's like the time is now. We need to go ahead and make this fight. He said, "All right, cool. That's perfect for me. I'm with that. I'm with all the smoke. Like I'm ready for that. I want the fight." Like he said, "All right, cool. Let's get it done." So Boots turns around to Eddie like, "Get the contract, whatever it is. Let's sign the fight and let's get it done." Now I'm done after that. I'm like, okay, cool. Right? I heard everything I needed to hear. I log off there. I started watching. For those who don't know, Predator and Aliens is like some of my favorite movies. I always like watching those and everything. The movie that they just put out, The Badlands, is pretty damn good. They did a
true.
good job with that. The costumes and everything. The effects was on point. I enjoyed that. So I log on to uh social media. I get on YouTube, Instagram. These motherfuckers are posting the clips of Virgil Ortiz saying he wants to fight Errol Spence, which is his biggest fight. That would be the biggest fight of his career, the fight that he's always wanted. Like he's asking him for a guy that got knocked out 2 years ago by Bud Crawford and hasn't fought since.
Right.
The same thing with Erickson Lubin. So you want to fight guys that you know that you can pummel?
Right.
Like,
No, I
is that
agree.
what you're doing? Like, you trying to pummel guys? Now, no disrespect to Erickson Lubin because he did have a win streak real fast of like 2 or 3 wins where he just had great boxing decisions. I think he might have knocked one of those guys out. But you want to pummel, beat up, put the bing bangs on a guy who ain't fought yet. And
Right.
even though Errol wants to
That's
come
just
back and
straight.
even though Errol wants to come back to a really good fight, like that's not the guy you should be wanting to fight. Why are you changing your mind all of a sudden? So then I hear the talk of Oscar De La Hoya. Oh no, they don't. They gotta have the money to fight, or Virgil and all. So for those who don't know, in boxing, anytime someone starts putting a ticket price on what they want for a fight, they pricing themselves out so you can't reach it. I'm just giving you out the game. Anytime you hear guys say, "Oh, it's gonna take 15 million to get me in the ring,"
Yeah,
they trying to say they don't think you got it, or they trying to say, "Oh, I don't want that fight." That's their way of saying I don't want that fight, right?
that makes sense. Yeah.
Right? Now, in certain cases, there are people out there like Turkey Al Sheikh who will put up the money. Here
Yeah.
go, you want 15 million? Yeah, I want 15 million. He's like, all right, cool. I'll give you 15 million, but any other back money or any back end money from any streams or the live gate, you won't get any of that. Like, I'll take all of that. So whatever the deal is, he'll end up taking all that or however it works out, or he'll split it half with those guys or whatever. So I
Yeah.
don't know how that goes, but why would you want to fight a guy who's been out this entire time and he's looking for a fight? He's looking for a fight, and you want to make that your first fight for him. When here's a guy who's a live wire, he's around the same age as you, he's a little bit taller than you, and he's ready to fight. He's with all the smoke. Like he wants that fight. And you're not gonna go get that fight. So from seeing that, I don't know if that fight had happened. I was watching Roy Jones and Andre Ward talk earlier, and they was like, "Yeah, that fight may not happen if you saw the post fight conference." So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna drop it at that. I'm a lover of boxing, and I hope we get to see more of the best fights. But I'm disappointed in what I'm hearing from the post win conference for the boxing match over the weekend with Virgil Ortiz. I'm good right there, Keith. You go ahead, you got it, man. I'm gonna sit here and talk shit with you.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was some, but it must have been asked 'cause I didn't know there was some boxing going on. Usually I get like a notification or something.
Mm.
I didn't even know. So what was it on Top Rank Boxing
It was
or
on the
what?
zone. It was on the zone.
Got you, got you. All right, well, did you catch any of the football games over the weekend on Sunday mainly? I know you saw Monday, the Assathon.
Man, the assathon continues, bruh. We had another ass.
Monday night game or prime time Thursday
The
night,
the
Monday night,
activity is
Sunday night.
rising. It's rising. So yesterday, for those who tuned in, Philadelphia Eagles fly, went up against the Packers. Go Pack, go. If you from Chicago, where I'm from, it's Puck the Fackers, right? Because I'm from Chicago, it's Puck the Fackers, right? I don't want nothing to do with them. I think the quarterback is dope. I think the team is good enough to get there, but I don't really mess with them like that. So I had them, the green and yellow or the cheese heads. I had them taking the L, and I thought it would be more of a high scoring game than what we saw, Keith. I didn't know it was going to turn out that way. So probably around what, the third or fourth quarter, I was
Yeah,
done watching that, and I think I might have been turning to something else um, to watch. So I didn't end up seeing the whole game. But when I woke up, it was 10-7, bro.
yeah,
It was 10-7. I was expecting that game to be like 30-21, 27-30, 30-27 or something like that, right?
yeah.
I wake up and I see that. I'm like, no, 10-7, bro.
That's the same
They,
thing that happened on Thursday with the Broncos and
yeah,
Raiders game, 10-7.
yeah. We went back to more of this ass, bro. More stripper booty in our faces, bro. They playing in our faces. They twerking in our faces, bro.
Yeah,
Bands to make them dance. Bands to make them dance, bro. What
this
the
when
fuck?
this when you don't want to get no singles though, because it's just so ass of a dance. You like, man, you wasting my time. Man, get out my face.
Man, man, bro. This was a so. Man, get up out of here. I don't want no dance. I don't want no dance. Wings. Can somebody give me some wings? Give me an order of wings. I don't want no dance. I don't want no dance, man. So this was different. I didn't expect this type of game to transpire, and it did.
Yeah.
Um, explain it, Kido. So what do you think happened? What went wrong, bro? Or what went right?
I mean, both teams got legit good defenses. I'm not going to deny on that. Like Green Bay got a really good defense, great when it wants to be top notch. Eagles just reloaded with their defense over the trade deadline, so actually they just got better. So
Okay.
I can see if that. I'm pretty sure it was cold as ever in Green Bay. So if it was cold here, I'm sure it was cold there. So I think that affects
Hmm.
the game a little bit too. Like Miles just wasn't getting out on their breaks or catching the ball or just didn't have that same motion as it would as a 60, 70 degree game, 80 degree.
True.
So and I mean, just great defensive calls. I mean, if you were the defensive guy,
Hmm.
that was probably the best game, most lit game you had all week.
Yeah, but
But
I expected them to really get out into that game and really make the best of it. You understand? Like
yeah, I thought
it wasn't really like I mean 7-10, bro. Like you could get more out of certain MLB games. You know what I'm saying? In a
yeah,
championship,
yeah.
like this was crazy. Like the
This definitely was a volleyball score or
yeah
some first first set tennis match. But
man.
now it just I don't know. It just hurts. Some games he showed he can ball out for 300 yards, and the next week like he don't know where you want to go with the ball. I mean, you
Mm,
got AJ Brown, you got Devontae Smith, but and then Green Bay like things like Jordan Love. He cold. Like he could be one of the top quarterbacks if he really wanted to.
mm-hmm.
Like he just made the most boneheaded, dumbest mistakes at the most crucial times. Like I mean, yesterday after I re-seen the fumble, the replay of it. It really was a fumble. So he got tipped by elbow, whatever, made him force out of his hands. But in live action, it looked like he just tossed that ball back to his running back who barely was looking or receiver, and
Okay.
it just looked bad. So it was like, okay, why would he do that? But it just come at the worst time. But just running game was kind of stale for the Eagles. I know because I got Saquon Barkley on my fantasy team and didn't get no touchdowns or nothing, but it's all
What's
good.
your fantasy squad looking like? What's your record looking like?
Pure ass.
Your fantasy team trash.
Both
So
of them.
what's your what type of league you in? Is it 18, 10 team, or 12?
So I'm in two of them. One of them is a 10 league, 10 team league, and then the other one's like 14 league.
Oh,
That's the big money one, and that's when I just won run off two straight. I'm 4-6 though, so I'm trying to
damn.
get back up
You
there.
said
Maybe
14?
yeah.
Damn, so
So
you probably got like maybe a good quarterback or maybe a wide receiver or something like that. Like that.
exactly, like you have to draft really smart and really lucky to really have a good team. Like you had to
And you
some
should
people just have
also,
to fall to you that didn't expect to have a good season.
and if you're in a league like that, you really got to pay attention to the free agency. You
Bro,
really
it
got
was
to
like
pay
shit,
attention.
by like week 3 or 4, the free agency was dead. Waiver wire because like everybody got it's like 14 teams with what 12, 14 players. So it's like
Hmm.
everybody got all the top players. You really look at that like third, fourth string month was on waiver wire now, unless somebody get hurt, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's where you got pictures like the injuries. Like, all right, who got hurt? Who might not play? Who gonna step in?
Yeah.
You just gotta know the depth of the team, and that's really what it's hidden for some people. Like, it's people I snoozed on, like knowing I should have probably picked them up, but it was too early to tell. But then, right when I thought I was gonna get them, somebody else grabbed them.
Hmm.
Priority wise, as far as the waiver go.
Purple. Purple. My guys did good, man. They pulled off a win. I'm talking about so it was a battle of the purple squads. We had the Minnesota Vikings versus the Baltimore Ravens. And if anybody, if you know me, you know color's my favorite. Purple's my favorite color, and I was very excited that as I am now, that Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, Derrick Henry, King Henry, and all those guys, they got another win. So salute to them for getting that win. That was a big one for them. They did well that game.
Us too. Shit, it helped us out in the division wise. Like the
Hmm.
Vikings
Hmm.
been down just a little bit lower, and we gotta play them this Sunday, so we gotta make sure that we keep them, Lord. That's the thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, Ravens though, I'm still on some F them because they beat us a few weeks ago. But like, you know, that, that's how much I mess with Lamar Jackson. I can't hate.
Hey,
So
hey, can't we look. He's a good dude, man. He's a good dude, and we want
big
to be able to support
trust.
him. Big trust. We want to be able to support that guy, even though being from
Yeah,
Chicago, you got to represent from where you from and everything. But you know how I feel about the Bears and everything. So
yeah,
in,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in Minnesota, they lost that game to the Ravens, and we can move on to whatever. What game was important to you, or what highlights you want to talk about as far
I
as the
mean,
season goes,
we'll
whatever.
get to the real games that I need to care about the most. But I'll talk about couple games that was actually pretty fire that I actually ended up watching. The Colts and Falcons game was probably one of the better games this weekend.
Really?
Nice little back and forth.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor looking like MVP. Like he just shredding through mobs this week. Like every other week, I think last week he probably his worst week as far as like when they lost against the Steelers. Like they just shut him down, but
Mm-hmm.
he was torching the Falcons. Had a game-winning, walk-off touchdown
Mm.
in the overtime. I
Okay.
actually woke up at 8:30 in the morning to watch that, so I'm glad I saw a good game because those overseas games could be ass too. Like it could be
Yeah, they can.
one-sided,
Yeah, they
or it could be
can.
like those 10-7 games we just saw earlier this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Ass burgers.
Coach, yeah, Coach look legit. Danny Dimes is, as long as he got protection and get the ball to Jonathan Taylor, he can be as
What
good
you
as we
do?
are.
What you do? I was talking to the to another guy named Lou about it, Lewis, and he was like, man, he couldn't do that in New York. I'm like, yeah, he could. If he would have had what he has over there, you already had the running back. All you needed was the O line.
Yeah,
That's all you
yeah,
needed.
true.
That's all you needed. You ain't had it. You ain't had it. He ain't had that in New York. And they for some reason decided, that Saquon Barkley was expendable because he was coming off an injury and he wasn't needed. So they gave that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
true.
gave they gave that up. So here we go. We see Saquon win a championship, and now we see dude over here, Danny Dimes over here, looking like a decent quarterback out here. But Jonathan Taylor, man, he tearing shit up, man. How many yards did he have on Sunday?
They had like
Like 240 or something?
244, three touchdowns.
Bruh, whoever had him in fantasy, I know they happy than a motherfucker. Because who expected that?
I mean, it's not surprising with Jonathan Taylor, but it's just like you thought almost 300, what, to 250 and three touchdowns. I mean, I would have been sick if I was playing against him. I kind of almost, I mean, I didn't play him, but somebody almost kind of did the same thing against me. Jameer Gibbs from the Detroit Lions
Mm,
put up a 40 piece on me, and that
mm.
killed me. I lost by like 20 points because of that shit.
Man, that's tough. That's tough. Man, but in real life, who knew that Jonathan Taylor was gonna be doing that this year? Did you expect that? Did he have
Not
a hell of a
it,
year last year?
he bounced it back because like the last couple of years, like he been kind of like injured, and then like the team was kind of like didn't have a great quarterback, so it just
True.
everybody put eight in the box and contained him for the most part. But he was showing signs of getting back to who he was because like a couple years I had him on my fantasy team, and like one year he balled out for me, and then the next time I had a chance to have him, he was just hurt and just couldn't do nothing. The team was kind of trash, but
And the other
yeah,
part was
go
The
ahead.
other part was, not too long ago, Jeff Saturday had just came back to coach them, and
Yeah,
before that, the injury with Andrew Luck. I don't know if it was from concussions or his back or something like that, but
yeah,
he was a hell of a quarterback, and he had to call it quits because it became questionable about his health and could he
yeah.
continue to go on and everything. But it also comes from being tough as fuck, going out there and playing such a hard nosed sport and trying to prove that you a warrior and everything, or that you tough, or that you got courage. In the end, it's just someone should say, "Hey, I need an offensive line, man. Like y'all can't just be throwing me out to pasture like that."
True. No, yeah. But I mean, he's stepping up this year. He's showing out. He looks healthy. That's why I think he actually looked healthy. It's been a
Good.
while that he fully looked like that. And if I know what I know now, I definitely would have drafted him first and
I know
then
a bunch of people
draft.
wish they would have drafted him, man.
Probably had a chance or two to try to still get him, but after the first go round, but it is what it is.
Yes, sir. All right, keep on going, keep on going. Rotate,
And
rotate.
another game that was actually ended up being pretty decent was the Texans and Jaguars game because Jaguar was up 29-10 going into the fourth quarter.
29-10,
Yeah, and they lost
and they
36
blew it.
and they lost 36-29. It's just and that's the thing, they lost with CJ Stroud hurt, so they played with the backup Derek Mills, that Davis Mills. That mile just came back and just torched them in the all it was from the help of the defense too. They had a couple of like turnovers that got them back in there, but came down in the last like 11, 10 minutes of the game, scorched them, tied the game up. Oh, actually no, so it was like 29-20 or something like that. Well,
Mm,
no, no, when they got to 29-10, they just scored a touchdown. It was 23. They scored six. I guess they missed a extra point or they tried to go for two
mm-hmm.
and they missed out on that. So it would have been 30 points instead of 29. And then, basically Texas came back, took the lead by 30-29, and then they ended up getting like a pick six or like some type of like fumble recovery for touchdown in the game.
Now, I'm not the most know-it-all when it comes to football, but was CJ Stroud playing or is he out?
No, he was hurt. Like they had their
Okay,
backup Davis Mills. So like that's what
okay.
was crazy. Like they was up 29-10 and you still lost to the backup.
Come on. And
So
you
that was
still
crazy.
lost to the backup. So tell me about this then. The Texans they defense? How's their defense? They got sounds like they got some type of defense over there, a decent squad over there
So
on defense.
like they got like they was expected to be one of the best defenses this year, like a fast pace. Like they got some a couple of solid linebackers on their team that
Hmm.
could correct the game. And then they actually got one of the best cornerbacks in the game, Derek Stingley, who
Okay.
actually had one of the, like a cold like one hand interception going
Mm.
the receiver was going across the field and
Hmm.
he was falling behind him instead of like even running to the guy or just pushing. And the ball got through. He just snagged that ball with his whole fingers
Mm.
and just tucked it in.
Okay.
So like they got some like all pro, not all pro, like Pro Bowl type defensive players. Will Anderson, linebacker.
I was just about to say they got that dude Will Anderson, right?
Yeah, and they got another dude
Hmm.
on the other side. I want to say Daniel Hunter or something like that. I think he on their team. They
Okay.
got, but they just been, and I think it really was the offense this year that's been like slowing them down. And CJ and them were just starting to get the groove until he got hurt, but
Okay.
they formed fast. So they like you know, in and out.
It's a lot of 4-5, 5-4 teams out there, man. This is gonna be
Yeah,
a grinder of a season, dude. It seems like that's what it's gonna turn into. Like there are
yeah,
some teams that's gonna like go on a 3 or 4 game win streak. They're gonna take a bump on the head with a game or two, man. But we're gonna keep on watching and paying attention to see how it all transpires, man. Because this is like I think we talked about that before. The way this season kind of started off was kind of like, it was weird the way it started
yeah,
off with the wins, the way people were winning, and
yep,
some of these guys still holding out for contract disputes, which is always a thing. That's always going to be a thing.
yeah,
I will say this too about contract disputes, man. I think these contract disputes can be a little bit, you can push a lot of this stuff off the table if you just take care of the players and redo these contracts. Like there needs to be a CBA that makes it beneficial not just to the owners, but to the players because the players are doing all the work,
yeah,
right? Like, okay, you own the team, you got all the money, you putting all the money into it, but you're only as successful as the guys on the field go out and do a job, right? Like we know that you want to be the guy that says I own the chessboard, but the pieces on the chessboard don't perform unless they get out there and do what they're supposed to. So I think they need to do something about this the CBA agreement and make it where these guys get paid regardless of what's going on because that shield owns Sunday, that shield owns Thursday. You understand what I'm saying? And this was whatever day this is for Thanksgiving. They go on that day too. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
So if they got all of that coming in, there's revenue coming in, there's all this money being thrown around. They need to spread that shit around, man. Let these players see these books, man. And to the players, man, if y'all hear this, man, ask to see them books, man, because I'm sure there's enough money for you all to participate in it and for them
yeah,
to take care of you all and there to be an actual. minimum salary, a minimum base salary that you guys can get paid instead of having to come and only get paid when you show up for the game. Like it has to be something else better than that, man. It has to be something else better than what you guys are getting paid because I know that's killing guys to wake up every day and say, "Oh, I gotta get up and I gotta go play. I gotta get up and I gotta go play because if I don't play, I don't eat." You know what I'm saying? And that sucks, but continue on, bro. I'm sorry
No,
about
no, yeah, I agree because like these are billionaires trying to pay, people that's putting their bodies on the line, their life on the line every week for their sport for their team
for the love of a game.
for pennies to them or like a few dollars to them. Like
Yeah,
what's 100 million, 150 million for? Don't get me wrong, it's a big investments, but like and injuries can happen. That could change everything, but like you know, unless you a trash team that hasn't won anything and losing in the red all the time.
yeah,
Most of y'all can definitely pay these guys, especially like your superstar, players that definitely helped your team become what it was, or a
yeah,
key piece of that. Like, and then it just don't help like when t players like hold out during training camp and the
yeah.
OTAs, and that's when they really get your body ready, get your body geared up for the regular season. And you see what like happened to my Terry McLaurin, like he was holding out, literally your best receiver on your team on the Commanders, helping Jaden, Daniels out, become who he was last year.
And all of
And
a sudden, everybody talking about him being 30 years old and saying he's over the hill or he may have missed his window. No, pay that motherfucker, man. Get him right. Take care of him.
right, he was here when y'all was trashed and like nobody cared about y'all when y'all just made the change from Redskins to Commanders. And I always said like he could be cold if he just get a quarterback. He put up, a cool, 700, 800 to 1,000 yards, on a regular if he had that, but like he showed signs like he could be cold as a receiver. It just now he missed these OTAs and training camp. He come in and then his first couple of plays or practice a game, he gets hurt because his body wasn't conditioned enough to like the standard is. Like yeah, you can work out at home every day, but like if you're not doing the same that your team was doing or have the same resources to
Yep.
prep your body and get it like.
Like they said, it's a difference between being in shape and being in game shape. Those are two different things. All right. And I wish him well on his recovery and getting back. I'm not even sure what happened. What enlighten me on what's wrong with Terry McLaurin.
I mean, it just really started with just like simple hamstring,
Okay.
pulls and stuff. So like, and that's something that's just nagging. Like if you don't take care of it, it's gonna keep coming back. And then like
It gets
every time,
progressively worse. Yeah.
yeah, when he came back, I think for a game or two, it basically just pulled it again. So it's just like one of those you gotta like let time heal.
Okay, definitely, definitely. So again, I say, man, I hope the players can figure it out, man, because there should be like a minimum base salary for you guys, to make sure that, during the off season or when we're not playing, like I'm good, like I don't have to worry about this because these guys are billionaires and they're going to continue to make money and they're going to get TV deals and there's sponsorships, there's advertisement, there's commercials and all this sale revenue that's going into the pockets of whom? Because you guys don't eat off of any of that stuff. So
Mhm.
hopefully they figure that out, man. Keep on moving. Let's keep on moving. Let's keep on moving and grooving, baby. Let's keep.
Based off the last episode, you said you hope that the Giants bust the Bears' ass. You was almost right.
Uh,
You was almost right.
Let's talk about it, man.
But you were wrong.
Old puss
Bear
ass
down,
bears.
baby. Oh, the hell. Let's go get that dubs in the chat.
Yeah,
Dubs in the chat.
yeah. I gotta throw my L up. I gotta put the L on my forehead. Yeah.
Bear down.
So,
What you
so the,
talking about?
so
No.
they got it. They got the win.
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
Those are games that last year, the last few years, we
Damn
would
it, man.
lose. But it's something
Hey,
about
but
this
we
shit.
also
It's
have to
resilient.
have to mention that Jackson Dart got injured because of a concussion and he had to come out.
Yes, that is true.
The
But
Bears were going to get smacked, but going to doesn't mean much when the result is still a loss. So
yeah.
I'll take that L. I'll take that L. Caleb
Oh, yeah.
Williams, good job. Jackson Dart was showing his ass. You know what I mean? He had already passed for about 200 yards from what I saw when I was on my
Yeah.
ride downtown to go watch the Predator movie, which was a good movie. I'll just say that again. So he was looking well, and then all of a sudden I looked up and I looked at my phone again, and it was 24:20 with like a minute and 47 seconds left or something like that.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, like I said in the last episode, like he's gonna do it. He did exactly what I said he's gonna do. He gonna run us to death. You know, he can throw. Like he was slinging that mug too, low key. Like if he had better receivers, I mean, like consistent great receivers, like neighbors or something, he was balled out. But he was balling on us. I ain't gonna
Mm,
stunt. Like if he just learned how to stop taking hits and like right, say not run so much, but like just learn not to get those concussions or take those head traumas.
hmm
Bro, he gonna be cold. Like he got the swagger. Like for a white boy, you thought he was black the way he was dancing on us and stuff, hitting us. Well,
mm
I'm like, okay, like who
Yeah.
some black girl gave some ass one day. I don't
He
know.
he
Like,
he down. They say he down. They say he be around.
I
They
guess
say he be hanging out.
yeah,
Yeah,
but he balled. I ain't gonna stunt. Like he was giving it to us. The defense was giving us. I ain't gonna say the defense was really giving us hell because it was just we had too many drop balls. Like this is the one game I can say like the receivers. It was on them. Like even though Odunze balled out, but Zacchaeus. He had a few drops, but DJ Moore had a drop.
Mm,
Odunze had drops too. So it was like I think we had six drops, maybe more, which were basically going to be the chain movers to first down, so that, to keep the drive going. So those are just drive killers right there. So that was tough, but I just like the resiliencies, man. Like finding ways to win. Like we didn't have that, and like now after all the games this year, especially like some last year that I saw. Caleb clutch. Like he'll put us if even if we down, he'll put us in a situation where we can come back to score or like at least get downfield to probably put some points on the board.
good. The Bears got a win, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not mad at that. I'm just upset because of the culture of um the Bears, but they got the win. I ain't mad at it. I just hope, like I said, if you saw the last podcast or if you heard it from over the weekend, Saturday's podcast when we posted it, I hope they beat the Bears' ass. That was my hope. You know what I mean? Just because of how I feel about what goes on with that management and everything.
Yeah.
But later on, if you listen to that podcast, you heard me say it. I'm wishing that Caleb Williams, number 18, turns out to be a quarterback of the future for the Bears for the next 15, 20 years or more, and he does a hell of a job uplifting those guys and being a great quarterback, and they just get the wide receivers and everybody else on the same page. Because from what I understand, they said that last minute and 47 seconds or whatever it is, he was able to find those guys and drop the ball in the pocket and
Yeah.
everything and get them out of there. And what I'm starting to think, man, they say some of those passes that dude be making, they ain't expecting him to do that type of shit, man.
No, bro, like you was assume like you thought like the players literally like they make the move and like they probably don't think he ain't gonna make it, but
hmm
he'll toss it near you in a way like
Yeah.
you just gotta get your hands on it and complete the catch. Like it was this one, the one he went to DJ Moore in the back of the end zone, like he rolled out to the right, was basically running from a player, and he just slinged it bitch, right in the corner, right where DJ only could get it, but
Mm.
he dropped it. I mean, he was literally going out of bounds too, so it was tight, like squeezing his legs in. But he had it, like he had his feet in the ground before he
Crazy.
got out of bounds. He
Crazy.
had to hold on. And then Zacchaeus, he dropped a wide open touchdown that
Mm.
on the move throw by Caleb again, and just dropped it. So it just literally like we had left a lot of plays on the field. But in that fourth quarter, like bro, we was down 20-10.
So you
And
mean to tell me that there is a quarterback out there on the field? Because as far as I know the history of the Bears, I'm 44. As far as I know the history of the Bears, they ain't never had no motherfucking quarterback. All right.
yeah,
All right, and you telling me there's a guy out there who can go out there and make any pass on the field, and now we got dudes out there who don't even know if they should be catching the ball. They looking at like, yo, I ain't think he can make that, and you supposed to be catching that motherfucker,
yeah. I mean,
and he
like
can do it.
I think the players know it's just like in the moment they probably think like he ain't gonna do it, but he gonna do it. Like in practice he gonna pull it for sure. They think like, oh, that's practice, but like in the middle of the game you don't want to force nothing. But
Listen,
he don't be forcing too much.
listen to anybody that know anything about sports. If you got a guy that's showing you his capability in practice, 9 times out of 10, when he get the chance and he start to warm up during a game or whatever sport he played, boxing, UFC, whatever it is, when he get his moment, he probably gonna do that same shit and show you his capability when
Yeah.
he's on the field. So if y'all seen that shit in practice, y'all got to know at some point, yo, it's on the way. You better get ready because he gonna mail his bitch to you. You know what I'm saying? A hot second. So, uh, they Buddy also told me, Lou also told me they said he was throwing that motherfucker hard as hell too. They said it was hurting when he was throwing it. They said he was throwing lasers and
That's the,
bullets.
that's the thing. He does have like a strong arm that he looked like. He always throwing the ball hard. So, but in this, especially in this weather, this was the first snow game, I believe. So, like, it was cold, like 40, 30 degree weather.
Hmm.
Snow was coming down. So, yeah, I thought the elements definitely affected the game in a way too. But like, when you open like that, you gotta make some of these catches, man. Like, but yeah,
You
it's
got
tough.
to. You
You know,
got
I,
to.
I I played in the cold before, just on some flag football stuff, and I dropped some probably a couple of passes, but. I can imagine if somebody throwing a 90 mile per hour ball at your hand or something, or however
Yeah.
fast it was.
It's coming 80, 90 miles an hour, 80, 90 miles an hour, and you catching it with your bare hands. But, I think I would like to think the majority of them got on gloves when that ball is coming at
Yeah,
them.
true.
Um, I guess he was probably just like, yo, I'm gonna throw this bitch as hard as I can because I'm going against the elements. We on the field. We getting this lake effect and everything like that. So, he was probably like, I gotta put as much zing on this motherfucker as I got to make sure they can catch the ball. So,
Yeah.
um, congratulations to the Bears. That's another win. I put y'all up another notch.
Yeah.
Minnesota lost. Who else lost, man? Who else lost in the NFC division?
So for the NFC division or for the North, well, Packers
For the
lost.
North, for the North. Let's just say for the North.
Packers lost, makes
Yep, the
them five
Packers
three
lost.
and one.
Okay.
Detroit won, and
Salute
then
to Detroit.
and Vikings lost to the your boys, the Ravens,
Yeah. Oh.
and we won. But no, we won that. So now we are tied for first, low key, 6-3, 6-3. Even though Detroit hold the
5-3, man.
tiebreaker right now because they beat us, mollywopped us the second week, and then actually the Packers are in third place. Fuck the Packers.
Yeah. Puck the Packers, man. Like we don't fuck with y'all like that. I'm still a little upset. My homie moved to Wisconsin, man. Bring your ass back home. Boy, what's wrong with you? You been out there for all this damn time, man. Get your ass back over here, man. You know, move to Wisconsin. Ain't nothing out there but cheese, but cheese. Actually, you know what? I ain't gonna even say that. You know what? We ain't gonna
Cheese.
even get in. We gonna go ahead and keep on going, man. But hey. So it's certain things up there that's worth it, man. You drive up there, man, you might find you a good one, man.
No, yeah. I
And wanna
mean,
and wanna beat them bonds up, man. I'm telling you, it's it's it's
oh, yeah,
it's
I heard they out there. They'll take care of you. They find you, snatch you, and catch you. You ain't coming back, and I guess motherfuckers ain't coming back.
some of them ain't, man. But like I ain't got nothing else to say. But salute to my homie or the two or three homies that's up there, man. I don't, you
Have you
know.
been to Milwaukee or anywhere in
Yes,
Wisconsin?
I have. I've been to Milwaukee, Milltown, Madison.
Yeah,
And I think it's Dane County or something like that. I hung out around those areas. Um,
yeah,
and it was cool. It was chill. People treated me well. I played a lot of basketball, got in decent shape while I was out there. It was decent. Um, man, I can't remember the kid name, man, but one of my fondest memories was being out there and I was playing basketball, bro. And white boy, he come on the court, man, a little skinny white boy, man. My height, right? At the time. I'm the same height as I was then, right? But no matter. Skinny white boy. Now, if you remember, well, you don't remember it. The time I'm like cut up, Keith. Like I'm working out, I'm in shape, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my, you know what I'm saying, my ones and twos and everything. I'm cut up, man. So I'm out there playing, having fun. I'm in almost peak physical condition because I still got to get in shape, right?
yeah,
This white boy come on the court, the same with just looking regular, right? And they like, hey, yo, we got him right there. So I look at my homie and I say, yo, pay attention to him. Cause like three or four people was like, yo, we got him. When they do that, that lets you know,
yeah.
yo, he can hoop. You know what I'm saying? So I tell the homie, like, yo, watch him. He's like, oh no, you already know that. So when the game start, somebody else yell out, "I got him." We like bet, and we move out the way.
Yeah, let him find
Bam.
out.
He started cooking these niggas, man. Cooking these niggas, bro. The whole like I ain't gonna say the whole game. When they gave him the ball, because he would bring the ball to court like a regular point guard, they would run a screen and roll, a screen or a pick and roll, and he would do whatever he do, and he would make his little dips and doos, and he would get to the cup, or he would pass it off, and somebody would get a layup, or they would try to get a shot off. Now either they would hit the layup or the shot, or they would miss it. We rebound, boom, me and the homie,
Yeah,
we gone, we flying, right? We flying. At the time, Keith, I can get up.
yeah,
Like at the time, like yo, you pass it to me, or you know you throw that bitch up there. You know I ain't up there like doing like that LeBron shit in between legs, but I can put the ball down, right? So we running up and down the court, running up and down the court. The man go from passing the ball. I'm like, man, this nigga John Stockton. That's crazy. All right, cool. He like, man, that's all he doing is making passes, man. This nigga ain't doing nothing, man. Fuck this nigga, man. Y'all act like he that cold because he making passes. The man calm down, bro. I kid you not. As fast as Damon Stoudemire would do that Tim Hardaway crossover, or as
yeah,
fast as Tim Hardaway would do his own
yeah.
crossover, he hit this dude with that same crossover, man. And it just, all you heard was "Stroop," and you heard, oh my God. And it was like, dude, whole body went one way and his legs went the other way.
Ooh, yeah.
Man, and he stopped, turned around, looked at him, and then he shot it. And shit went koosh. And I was like, ooh.
Like, Catwood, you should have been talking shit.
Shouldn't have been talking shit. Listen, next play down, he come back down again. He bringing the ball up. He bringing it out slowly, right?
Yeah.
He point to him, right, to set the pick. Dude, come to him. You could feel him. He didn't even take it. You know how you dart in, you in and out. Boom, gone. My man tried to get over the pick. He went to the bucket, getting ready to lay up, pass it off. I'm like, oh shit. Like he done woke this man up. Now we have a problem on our hands, right? Because now white boy can hoop. Like he's letting us know he can hoop. He come down the next key. He come down the next play. Come down the next play. Walking the ball to court. He take the pick, come across of it. Dude bumped him off of it to catch up to him. Fake like dude, he gave him a real hezzy, like, huh? Like he was
Mm.
gonna do it. And when dude jumped, he threw his elbow into his chest. Bro, knocked him back and he took the shot. He's like, I bet you'll stop talking now. I said,
Ooh.
damn, we got a problem on our hands. So I look at the homie, I go, we gonna have to switch. He like, let him have it. Let him have it. I'm like, we gonna have to switch, man, because that's like 4 or 5 baskets. And he
Right.
gonna start cooking. He
Right.
cooking. So either he's assisting or he's scoring. I'm like, that's 4 or 5 baskets. So he made the sixth one. I ain't gonna tell you what he did on the sixth one, but he did the sixth one. Boom. I'm like, that's 12 points right there. We, you know what I'm saying? We going to, was it 32 or whatever it is, whatever they go
Yeah.
to at the time. He's like, you want to switch? I'm like, nigga, we should have been switched on that man. Like he warm now. You can see him. He coming down court like he went from a
Yeah.
regular hair, like he got beads of sweat coming down, like his hair starting to lay down like a mop and shit. I'm like, man, this motherfucker, man. So he
Yeah.
said, you want him? I said, I got him, man. I got him. Bet he's like better. He's like, what you gonna do? I was like, I got him. I got him. I already know what to do. All right. Come down. The nigga cross half court, bro. Kid you not. He tried to hit me with that same move, not going. Now, if you know about growing up on 87 and Jeffrey, where I played basketball, they used to them type of moves. Or if you play ball in Chicago anyway, and
Yeah.
you a hooper, one thing they say is you gotta, if you gonna ball, you gotta be able to play defense. At least the way I grew up, right? So
Yeah.
when he went to put that bitch down and do the crossover, he him and he tried to come back. My hands was down. So when he tried to do it, it hit off my hands. Boom. The ball smack out. It go the direction of the homie. The homie picked that bitch up, lay up, and do
Mm.
and white boy, all right, good one, good one. He's like, it won't happen again. It won't happen again. My buddy, like, the homie, like, what? He's like, I got him. Now we going back and forth. I kid you not. Like, if I was still talking to this dude, if I was still talking to this nigga, man, he would tell you, like, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Man, OKC is blowing the Golden State Warriors out right now, but I'm
Really?
yeah, they getting smit at in the third quarter, 104 to 72. But anyway,
No, I was gonna say, it sounded like you and your boy was starting to do the Jordan and
The
Pippen
Jordan
Tony
Pippen,
Kukoc
my
in the
G,
Olympics.
my G. It turned into that. So we started taking turns or whatever. Man, we started D'ing him up. So one of his homies was like, "Yo, y'all ain't gonna be on my man's like that, man. I got it. I bring the ball on court." And so he talking shit like that. These niggas come out here, man. Y'all ain't about to be doing that on court. Now, usually, if you know anything about me, I ain't the type of person that's gonna talk shit until the shit talking starts, right? I'm not saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. So, my homie, he talking. He was like, "Ain't nothing coming across half court if I'm up here." Nothing. He's like, nothing coming over half court. And that's what he doing. Whoever got the ball, whoever's the point guard, he pressing them, right?
Yeah,
As soon as they get the ball over court, or when they get past the 3 point line coming across half court, he picking them up and he getting right on them. He getting right on because now that he's like, I ain't letting nobody else score like that. He's like, because whoever else score, they're gonna feel that heat and they're gonna put up points and shit. So I'm like, all right, bet. He's like, me and you in the back, me and you up here then. I was like, all right, let's do it.
yeah.
Dude on the other team talking shit, man. These niggas ain't nothing. We running this motherfucking court. We been on for 3 or 4 games. Blah 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 blah. So I catch the ball off one of the times they scored. White boy done scored again, right? He done mixed motherfuckers. Or he even mixed my buddy. Bang bang, gave him the bean beans, layup, crucial. They like, dang, everybody said, dang. The dude catches the ball, and I turn my back. I said, hey, you all right? And instead of him handing me the ball, because I had my hand up, hey, you all right? The motherfucker threw the ball in my face. Boom. Hit me with the ball.
Damn. Oh, did he go down or?
He looked at me. He was like, yeah, nigga, let's play. I was like, oh, for sure. I get the ball to my buddy. We go on court. And then remember, I'm not scoring. I'm just trying to facilitate. I'm just doing my
Yeah.
facilitating or whatever. I get the ball to him. He like, no, go ahead, get busy. I tapped his ass up. Him. Go to the cup. Do my little Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying? Up and under. That's a bucket. Come back down. He's like, you about to get loose? I was like, I'm about to boogie. I'm about to
Boogie,
boogie.
boogie, boogie to your joint.
Man,
Hey,
boogie
boogie.
no more. Left foot, right foot. So we back on defense. I said, I said, whoever bring the ball. I told him, I said, whoever bring the ball to quit, I got him. He's like, oh, you on ball? I'm like, I'm up now. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
turned. So I get the ball. He steal the ball again. I get the ball. I throw it back to him. Bounce pass. He said, go ahead. He's like, go up. Catch that bitch. Smack the backboard and come down. They looking like, no, sir. I'm like, it's over for y'all now. It's over. I see it's over. He said nothing across half court. Now, if this dude is alive, he can verify. Matter of fact, the homie, his father, if his father's alive, they can verify that we was out there like
Yeah.
balling the fuck out. Like, this is verifiable.
Yeah.
Dude, they come across half court again. Dude try to run pick and roll. I go under instead of over. My guy, the homie, stops it on that side. So I jump back in, catch him. Dude try to fast little motherfucker try to go around me, smack the
Yeah.
ball out. We gone. I throw the ball. I sprint the ball up the court and it bounced boom back into his hand. He catch it, throw it back behind him. I lay the bitch up. We come down. I was like, hey, nothing gets past. I was like, nothing gets past half court. So for like the next 6 possessions, we just back court and everybody was upset. I don't know why I'm talking about this shit, bro, but that was just one of my experiences while I was out in Madison. It was a couple of young ladies out there. Um, and one of the homies that was there, he said, "Look, if they look like this and they walk like that, this is the ones that you want. You know, you stay away from anything else." Um, so there are certain women up there that treated me well while I was there, man. I appreciate it. They took care of us, man. Made sure that we had something to eat. We kicked it, you know what I'm saying? Anything else that we needed or wanted, they looked out for us. So salute to the people in different parts of Wisconsin, man. I appreciate the love and the experience I had out there. And to that motherfucker who was out there, you was nice at the time. I don't know what he doing now. He probably got kids and probably like
Yeah.
an engineer or some shit like that, work for a labor union or something. But
Probably.
he
No,
was
yeah.
he was nice. Yo, his game was nice, bro. Like he could his mid range game, nice.
Yeah.
He was decent. Like he could get to the cup, everything. But once they started talking shit and we started looking bad, I was like, oh no, it's over. And especially when dude hit me with the ball, I was like, oh no, it's over now. It's done. Like I already knew what that was because I had my hand out. Yo, you good over there, bro? And you didn't even put the ball in my hand. You didn't even hit me in my chest with the ball. You hit me in the face with it.
Yeah, that's wild. That's some
Yeah. I was like, okay.
violation.
It was. So my time came when they was pressing. Well, they was trying to press us, and we, of course, we broke that shit. We already know how to do that. We grew up learning how to do that. Salute to brother Floyd. God bless you. May you rest in peace. Who was teaching us that type of shit on 87 and everything. So we broke the press, man. I had the ball. I come up the court, do step out to do it, just to play defense on me. And I did a move that I had like damn near patent at the time. I did everything but get a patent for that move. And
Yeah,
I came down on some Paul Pierce shit. I drive hard right, stop, you know what I'm saying, hesitate, dribble, and he went for it. And I took another step back and he jumped out on it, hit him in the elbow in the chest right before I took my shot. And you heard him go, and I hit my shot and went down court. And the homie was like, yeah, he's like, oh, you own one. I was like, it's over for him. I'm about to abuse him every chance I get. Came down another play. He tried to go over. He's like, this easy. Go over, smack that shit. You gets nothing. You gets nothing. Like I'm not playing with y'all no more. So we won. We won the majority of them games, but he did the little white boy man. He did get a couple games in with us. But I'll say that to say this: anywhere you go, anywhere in America or anywhere in the world, motherfuckers can fight. Motherfuckers can hoop. You may not just be used to it because you're living in a box, or you put yourself in a box and you don't know that there are people that are just as good as you or just as down as you. Like they said, the ghetto boy said, "Your hood ain't no harder than mine, motherfucker." So I learned that early on in life from my family being from Mississippi and going on the West Coast and everything else. It don't matter where you from. There are people that would, no matter the color, they can hoop and they can fight and they can do the same shit that you can, man. So salute to everybody around the world, man, that had my back and everybody that let me do what I do whenever I come around, man. I appreciate that shit.
yeah. No,
Where are
yeah,
we
no.
now?
Yeah, I was gonna add to that a little bit. Like I was saying, like you kind of I miss like playing basketball. I ain't played a few like 5-on-5 in a few years, but like I miss that part of the game where like people like if you get on the court, motherfuckers like don't really like respect you or don't know you or they just think you kind of like play one way or not that great. They kind of question who you are, and
Hmm.
you gotta kind of show them like, all right, like this ain't what you thought it was. Like, cause people like you see me like I'm six, big tall dude, 6'4", but I'm like, I was always kind of like, had a little husky on me, not fat or anything, but just like a little more meat on me than usual.
Yeah.
So I think I'm like just a big dude, just post up, slow, slow on the inside, but pretty light on my feet when it comes on the basketball court a little bit. I mean, I'm fast, but I'm like I
Yeah.
can I can I can move, and then like it just. I got a nice little jump on the outside. That 15-footer, 17-footer fire, 3-pointer, depending on what court we on.
Yeah.
Or I can knock it down, and then it's a couple of times where people just saw me shoot. They like, "Oh shit, okay, all right." I didn't think you could do that, big man. I'm like, "No." Especially like growing up, I was always a taller kid, so I always just had to shoot over people, learn how to get a jump up through that.
Yeah.
But it's just like I just love when people just like they thought it was sweet. Like I remember one time, this one of my guys I used to play with at the Paul when I was there. He was we was playing 5-on-5 and I don't know the dude actually. I actually ended up being cool with him because of this because he was like I was at the 3-point line and they passed it to me. He just let me wide open. Like he's like, you can go ahead and shoot that. I'm like, swear.
Mm.
So that bit smack. I'm running back. I'm like, he left me open. And he was
Mm.
like, oh, you on okay, you from Chicago? And I'm like, yeah, like you thought I was one of them like suburban motherfuckers or like
Nah,
out
nigga.
of state, like I get to talking. Like that's one sport like I'm not a big talker or anything, but like if you get me going, I could definitely get the
Yeah.
trash talking and like, talking my shit, popping my
And,
shit.
and to see the thing about basketball is you got the motherfuckers that's just known for trash talking because that's what they do.
Yeah.
But because they hold the game down a certain way, like they may be like the point guard, or maybe they may be the person that posts up in the inside, or they may be the person with the decent jump shot that you got to respect it. Me,
Mm.
I'm not the type to just say, I won't say nothing, dude. I'm just about to go come down court. I'm gonna facilitate. I'm gonna try to get me a couple steals. I'm gonna guard my man. I'm gonna do some rebound. I'm gonna block some shots. And if the need comes for us to score and can't nobody get a bucket, I'm gonna probably give somebody a mixtape real quick, or I'm gonna find I'm gonna find my shot. I'm gonna create my shot, right? I don't do that, you know. But in the times like that, when you start saying shit like, man, these niggas ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? Throwing the ball in people's face, or instead of handing me the ball, you throw it over. You know how niggas do when they getting salty or they think they doing something, they take the ball and they throw it over to the side for you to go get it. and you got to go around and catch the ball before go out in the grass or run over into a
Yeah,
puddle and some shit like
yeah,
that.
man,
Yeah.
man. Whew.
Okay, once we got to that point, we established that you're gonna be disrespectful. Now, before I talk shit, I'm gonna get me a couple buckets and some steals, and I'm gonna make sure that you know it because I'm gonna be doing it right there where you are, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna be taking it from you. So now when you hear these whole ass niggas ain't shit, when you start hearing that, right? Niggas can't hoop out here. Fuck wrong with these man. Get the fuck off my court. When you
Wake
start
me
hearing
up.
that shit, wait, I'm up. I'm up now. I'm up. I'm wide awake now. And now you have to deal with that until you effectively find a way to get me off the fucking court.
Yep. True.
Playing ball. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah. Growing up, uh basketball is just one of those things that brings people together. You know, everybody wants to play, everybody wants to be involved in it, whether it's high school, college, or kitty bitty league or whatever it is. Everybody want to be involved. Everybody wants to be involved and have fun out there. I don't know how it is now because we don't see a lot of the courts filled with basketball players or tournaments or anything like that. But that was just one of my stories. You know, I just wanted to say because I did go to Wisconsin, I did hang out there, and there are some cool people up there. But to the
Yeah.
homie, man, what you doing? I understand it may be cheaper, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? But be careful. Be careful, fam. Be careful.
Yeah. I remember like a couple years ago, a lot of people just moving up to Michigan and Wisconsin and Indiana, basically. So
Hmm.
like, I get it too. Yeah, it's just cheaper life maybe, or
That's a fact. That's a
living.
fact.
So
It's
and just
cheap.
less bullshit to deal with too. If you
It's
from Chicago,
Yeah, when you and that's the thing about it when you from a big city like this, you want to be around something that's a little bit more relaxed and more peaceful and tamed. You don't
yeah,
want all the distractions. You don't want to be around people that may cause you to lose focus, or you don't want to be from a disruptive environment. You want to be able to concentrate and lock in and do what you're supposed to. So I understand it, man. I understand why people leave the city and they move to the south or they move to the suburbs because it's quiet. It's
yeah.
quiet. You can hear yourself think. You know, things change when it's like that for you. So I definitely get it. Boom. Moving on. What you got? What you got?
And let's go to NBA, man. I want to call the police and FBI on Victor Wembanyama because this mug is cheating. I swear to God, man, we had them where we won them last night in that fourth quarter. We up 10-12.
I was
This
done. I was
mug
like, oh, we got it. We got that game.
he had like a quiet 20 before that, like the first three quarters. Cause like my guy, we was in this group chat and we was talking like, I think Wimby gonna go off. I'm like, yeah, he trying to. But at the moment, it was De'Aaron Fox that was like making me mad because he just kept getting every shot he wanted to going to the left.
And he
And
will. And
like
he
bro,
will.
he left and but why are y'all forcing him to the left? Like he wanted to go right. Like,
Facts.
but he just that fourth quarter, I think he put 18 points of his 38 in the fourth quarter, and he just went crazy, hit some big threes in the end. It's just showing like even though that thing is like if you try and call the Bulls like run fake whatever, like we've been in every game, and that game we was up comfortably a little bit in the late in the second half. Like I could see if we was like getting bust the whole time, or we just don't have no fight. And this is without Josh Giddey and also Kobe White and Zach Collins. So
Mm.
I mean, it's showing that we definitely need a superstar, or at least an all-star player, if we want to make this team really good to not only get to the playoffs, but also like make it past the first round. Like,
And we know that ain't gonna happen, sir. But keep on going.
hey, these games they've been playing, they've been in it. So like, I think we can make the playoffs with this roster. It's just we definitely gonna be a first round and out, unless we play a team that got hurt players out of nowhere. Then we just skate by. But it's just a building. We're gonna let these players this year grow and hopefully become that player that we hope them to be. And then next year we get somebody off season through sign free agency or trade. We could be rocking. We could be back decent. At least these games are watchable. I can say that. Some games in the last couple years ago wasn't really great watching. Last year was second half of the year was worth watching, but this year I can say like I never was like I'm turning this off. This almost to a point with the Sixers game, but I'm glad I didn't turn it off. We came back in great fashion. So 6-4 in the sixth spot. That's what we need to be at. But it's still early,
It's
and we
still
going
early, and we know what the Bulls gonna bull.
like look. I think it was somebody had like the first 11 games, and they was like we gonna be 2-9. Like so, I was like. First 10 games, we 10-6-4. So if we can get past this without Kobe, Zach, and they actually about to supposed to come back, I think Kobe might be back in the next week or so because he on the road trip with us, and they just assigned him to the Windy City G League Bulls. So he on his way. We can get Zach back. Giddy, he's day to day. So long as he come back within the next couple games,
Do you know what's wrong with Kobe White, why he's out? Because I don't.
his was I think it was a calf situation. That's that they trying to be delicate with that, so the calf won't lead to
The
nothing else.
calf leads to usually if you don't take care of the calf, it's usually so these are the three injuries that I know that usually have something to do with each other, right?
Mhm.
Hamstring, calf, Achilles. And
Exactly.
if you don't take care of them, one agitates the other gets agitated, and then pop.
Exactly.
And that's what
So
you want to avoid. So got to be careful with that. And these guys are high utility guys. They're on their legs, the way they move and bounce up and down the court. It's essential to the way they play their game. But I'm not sure if it's the way they're playing, if it's the way they're training, or
mm,
because of the way just I don't know. I don't know what to say, but whatever it is, man, I don't want any of these guys to be injured, man. I would like to see them on the court balling and having a good damn time. So salute to each one of them, especially Kobe White. I fucks with Kobe White.
yeah, same. But yeah, man, they just definitely I think just just gotta hone in and just keep making the shots. But man, as far as the rest of the league go, right now the Boston beating Philadelphia in the fourth quarter on NBC. I don't know if you was watching that at all. Um, I want to talk about some teams. I got a little segment called "Is You Hooping or Is You Hoeing?"
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Dun dun dun.
So hooping. If you balling, you balling. You good. You good. If you hoeing, you just ass right now, trash. You ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing.
All right,
Uh,
so who you got? Who you got? Who's the first on hooping and hoeing? Is you hooping or is you hoeing? Hoeing. Hoeing.
nah, yeah. Start with teams 'cause, like players like a lot of players been in and out, and were like they have they games where they ball out, and then a lot of them hurt actually right now. But start off with Toronto, who is 5-5 in the ninth spot. As a team, I'm like they got some pieces on their team. You got Brandon Ingram, you got Scotty Barnes, like they offensive guys you could probably work with. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
who's the Emmanuel, the point guard, quickly. They
Okay.
got like a nice little team together, but it's like I think they still young, but like I don't know. Do you think they're gonna be hooping, by the end of the season into like playoff potential, or they gonna be hoeing, getting
Hoeing.
ready for hoeing?
Hoeing. Yeah. Hoeing, bro. They out of there. I don't see much coming from a team like that. Brandon Ingram is a nice place, a nice player, a decent addition to a team like that. Having Emmanuel Quigley out there, I think he might have been with New York at one point in time with the Knicks or something like that. But Scotty Barnes and all that, I think that team was already broken up by the time. What's my man name that plays in Indiana? Once he left, I think that was a kind of like the breakdown of that team. What's my man that play in Indiana, man? The forward, 6'9", 6'10"
Yeah,
guy.
Pascal
Siakam,
Siakam.
Pascal Siakam. So
Yeah.
once he was out of there or they traded him out of there, I think that team was kind of like on a rebuild because they also had the other kid that was from there,
Yeah.
that would play for Duke or something like that, right?
Uh, they got
He was there. And he's been in like Atlanta. He was drafted by Atlanta or something like that. So it
yeah,
seems like that team is going to be in a big rebuild because they also got rid of the guy who was the general manager, right? Was it Ujiri?
yeah. He gone.
He
I
gone
don't.
too, right? He got the ring, got them a ring, and they said, "Yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and dismiss you." You know what I mean?
Gotta
Thanks for the
talk that
ring,
crazy.
though.
Right.
And then they got him up out of there. So go ahead, move on.
Right now, a team that surprisingly is got a bad record right now. LA Clippers, 3-7.
Not surprised
Uh,
about that. Keep on going.
is they hooping a horn? Do you think they'll be hooping enough to get back into the mix? You got Kawhi Leonard, James Harden. You got a pretty good team supposedly, but like it just
Where's
feels like
Chris Paul? Is he over there?
he over there too.
Is he hurt?
I don't think so, but it's just the Kawhi has been in and out. Like he didn't play yesterday. James Harden still playing. But so it's like you got them. I think they just an old kind of get like the old team is kind of showing a little bit because they got Chris Paul, Kawhi play like an old man. So you kind of like he probably like 32, 33 or
Hmm.
something like that. James Harden's up there. He about 33, 34, 35 with KD and them. Um, they also got Bradley Beal who he hoeing like he definitely hoeing like. I think it's time for him to hang it up. Like,
I
not
don't know what is Bradley Beal doing though, bro. Like, is it injuries? Like, what's going on? It seems like he can't get his footing back. Like, I'm not seeing him consistently hooping on the court. What's going on?
it's kind of a little bit of that. Like he had these nagging injuries. Like he just come up every few games where like he'll get once he get it going, he just had like some bad like stupid injury that like a twisted ankle or like a shoulder situation or something like.
Okay.
And then it just never could really get a footing with the Suns last year. Like
She
yeah.
didn't.
And then with them, I don't know what's going on. It's just the fit wise. Like I think he just championship chasing that. Just go somewhere. And I think that's we some players like, especially like I don't know about him, but like it just seemed like I don't know if he want to be a starter still, but like or maybe he should be told that you're not a starter right now. You should be come off the bench, maybe be a six man.
Yeah, why not? I'll take it. I'll take that job. I'll take that
You
job. And
know,
if you were concerned about hooping, why don't you? I think the next destination or next best destination for you would have been to take a minimum and go play for Dallas Mavericks. I mean, I would have done something like that. In this situation, you come into a role like that, it'd have been perfect for you right now, where these guys need someone who can score and move the ball to court and utilizes your game to the full potential. I think Dallas would have been a great destination, but a lot of those guys still looking for big paydays, or their contract is already so crazy and outlandish that don't nobody want to take on a salary like that, not knowing if you would be able to play anymore. A lot of these players have been hurt and they still hurt. So, uh, on the subject of the Clippers, I'll say they'll be there. They'll be around 7 to 8, 7, 8, and 9,
I, I,
maybe 10.
if they don't dig themselves too deep of a hole, I think that could probably happen. But
They'll be there.
some teams like Portland, might stick around, or they might, be holding someone at the end too. So we'll see. But Clippers, oh yeah, since at least you mentioned the team a little bit, Dallas Mavs, they fired their GM Nico Harrison today.
Nico Harrison, they got him up out of there. I think that was so weird, man. Um, I don't know if I can agree or disagree with them firing Nico Harrison. My problem with that is he knew that he knew what was. I'm guessing he knew what was wrong with. I'm not there, so I'm gonna say I'm guessing he knew what was wrong with Luca. You know what I mean, like his health wise, and everything. And if it really came down to a situation where you needed Luca to lose weight and get in better shape, I'm quite sure there were some people that you could have got to talk to him to get him in a proper shape. The trade you made was for Anthony Davis, a guy who we know is constantly hurt. We don't know. I don't even know his workout regimen. I wish I did because it says something. It says a lot that this guy's he's always injured and he's barely playing whole seasons. But when he came into league, he was in the league balling out and playing very well. You know what I mean? And he was
Yeah,
making a lot of noise, especially when he had that run with
Boogie.
with the Pelicans, and then they got Boogie to be on there. Man, that could have been something great if they could have got a decent point guard. What did they did? They broke it up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it just
yeah,
says something to me when you get a guy like that, and instead of you going younger, when you're losing that addition, you went with a guy that we don't even know if he can stay healthy at all at this point in his career. So. Um,
yeah.
you a basketball guy, you know basketball, you're supposed to know basketball better than a lot of us do. They put you there for that reason. And now that the team is suffering, someone has to be the scapegoat. And I wouldn't if it were me and I was the guy that owned the team, I wouldn't have done nothing. I'd have let them rock out because you have to be able, okay, you did it, now you have to be able to fix it, right?
Yeah,
We allowed
exactly.
you to make the move. Now we have to allow you to fix the move. So they didn't allow them to fix it. They didn't see how this thing all comes together and works out. And I disagree with the firing, but I understand it. Somebody got to get kicked in the ass for it. So, you know what I mean?
Nah,
But what
yeah.
do you think? Do you think that they'll be around for the playoffs?
Who Dallas?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, because like Kyrie got hurt. What? right before the playoffs, and I think it was Achilles or yeah, I think it was Achilles or ACL, one of them.
Mm. Yeah, I think
So
it was
he ain't
ACL
gonna,
for him, right?
yes, yeah. So he ain't gonna be back till about mid like All-Star break maybe, and by that time, that's a 60 games already been played. So it's
Done. So he's done.
like you would think like with the team that they got, you got the rookie, the Cooper Flag, you got that's the thing. AD, he's hurt right now, so it's like if you don't have him, and he just had like an eye surgery or like a thing where he has to wear glasses for now on now. Like he had to wear goggles when he play. So like he just um and then they really don't have a point guard. Like one person I've been getting on my guy for years about, he was on the Lakers, was my guy. He loved Lakers, but I was telling him about Russell not being a true point guard, like someone that could lead you to win.
Hmm.
Like if he played with some young guns or some young guys he did in Brooklyn, where they was just like a good chemistry with that, he let him rock and score that way. But when it comes down to actually playing like a structured game or plays and having to rely on him on being on defensive end, he not really that great for that team like you would thought he would have been. And then Clay, they've been putting him on the bench a little bit. I don't know if Megan Thee Stallion throwing that thing back too much or he just but it's looking ugly right now. I think they what 3-8 or something. Let me see. Yeah, 3-8, which it ain't that bad, but you need AD to come back quick, and he got to play on some All-Star level stuff really, because team is you after you traded Luka, it's like you kind of like got a bunch of misfits now. Like Luka was the
He was
glue
a
that
glue to
made
everything.
everything work.
Yeah, and now you look at that team, you go like, none of this really works.
Yeah,
None of this really works. While Luca, this is me act like I'm acting like I'm Luca.
yeah.
I went to LA, lost some weight. I'm in decent shape. And I'm averaging 30, 39, 40 points since I left, and you guys are shit. And my second and third guys, or my third and fourth guys, are playing way better than anybody expected. Salute to Austin Reeves. Salute to Rui Hachimura. These guys are actually helping me ball. Dalton Connect. Like all those guys are actually being involved with the game. But uh shit bricks. I think it's a shit house. I think it's a house made of shit bricks. I don't think they're gonna do much. I don't think they're gonna do much now that I think about it. Dallas is done. Ass cheeks. Clapped out.
Felt bad for Kyrie because he kind of went there because of Luca and sold him down the
Yeah.
river.
Well, it kind of speaks to what he does, you know what I mean? And that's no disrespect to Kyrie Irving, but it seems that every time you go to a team, um, shit goes into shambles. And I'm not saying that because that you're a bad person or a bad person to be around, but if we revisit this when you left Cleveland, which is something that you should have never done in your career, you
Yeah,
should have stayed with the Cavs. There was no reason for you to have ever left the Cleveland Cavaliers. You leave and say LeBron, he wants to be here. I want to own my own team. I want to run my own team. You go to Boston. The emergence of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, the duo, comes
me.
into play. Boom, that happens. Then you say, well, let me get KD to come to Brooklyn. It's you and KD in Brooklyn with all these guys, Shamit, and all these guys can shoot.
At some point, James Harden.
No, no, no. Let me get there. All
Oh,
these guys on the court with you, and these guys are shooters. I never seen that much shooting in my life where guys could just hit three-pointers like that. There's nobody on the court besides the guy that's playing center or power forward that can't shoot the ball. Boom. You guys are winning, looking good. Everything is going perfect. And then James Harden gets there because you guys wanted him, or James Harden wanted to get out of Philadelphia, right? He wants to get out of
yeah.
Philadelphia.
I
He
think
comes there, and you and him don't get along. Right? Or was it from Houston to
I
Brooklyn?
think it was the Houston to Brooklyn.
From Houston to Brooklyn, whatever it
Yeah, because
was.
he was happy when he got to 76. He played that one high year, and then that's when he went to L.A. After that.
He went to Brooklyn. From Houston to Brooklyn, I believe. He got to Brooklyn. James Harden, I don't know what was up with you and Kyrie. Y'all putting on the goddamn show. He turns around and says, "Hey, I don't want to play point guard no more, James. You play point guard." James says, "All right, fine. I can play point guard. I'll just average a triple double, and you can get your 25 points or whatever it is." That didn't work out.
Yeah, that was my thing. Like with Kyrie, like I always feel like before like this last couple of years, like I respect him as a man more because especially with what happened with like the COVID shot thing and like how they did when he retweeted that book or whatever.
Yeah, I
And how,
fuck with him because of that. He ain't do nothing wrong. I fuck
yeah,
with him.
how they did him because of that. It just seemed like he definitely grew from when he was a younger dude, and that's what it showed. Like he was just a young kid and just like he kind of not naive or just like cocky. It's just like he just he just knew he was cold, but that was my thing with him. Like, I didn't think he was a true leader or like a point. He could be your number two guy for sure, as you've seen with LeBron. But like him being your lead point guard and like leading your team, I didn't think he was that guy for, like to really lead your team to a championship or like
Mm.
successful. But like you said, like he went from like I ain't gonna kill him the first half of the Cleveland when he before LeBron came back because there was a young team and there was the worst team and he came to the worst team and had to do what he had to do. But when he came to LeBron. They went to the finals, one on one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like, oh, you got your dude, like you could ride,
You can ride out to the sunset now. You got the
ride a
next
couple
10 to
years.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
next 10 to 12
LeBron gonna
years is
make you
straight.
more money.
Yeah.
It's just if you want to stay in Cleveland, but like you go to Boston, and he low key kind of killed that. Like it started when Gordon Hayward broke his like ankle or leg.
Broke his
Like
leg, yeah.
it was Kyrie that threw that bum ass alley oop pass that fucked him up. Like it was just a bad pass, and he went up for it trying to boom it, came down. That killed kind of the season a little bit.
Hmm.
So like that season it didn't kill it, but that's when that actually helped leading Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum to be
Them
those
guys.
guys.
Yeah.
But Kyrie ended up getting hurt, and they ended up going to the conference finals, I think, without
Yep.
him.
Yep.
So like, if these young cats could do it without you, and then the next year you come back with these young cats, and y'all don't do it,
God don't do it. And it was some trouble in paradise once he came back. Everybody's like, wait, maybe he not needed over here.
right?
Interesting.
And then you went to Brooklyn right after that. You never really could get. I don't blame that one on him. It's like it's kind of I feel like one they just hired a coach that wasn't ready to be a coach yet. It's with Steve Nash.
But that's what they wanted. That's the guy that they asked
That's
for. They
that's
said we wanted Steve Nash. That was you guys saying that we want Steve Nash to be our coach.
so like Kyrie Streves now. He's kind of alluded that it's kind of like everybody else. Like KD kind of wanted Steve Nash. I could be wrong, but I think he was kind of like just alluding like, yeah, it wasn't me necessarily that wanted Steve Nash, but
So who wanted
I'm
KD?
due.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna be the team player.
let's leave that one on alone then. Who wanted KD to come to Brooklyn when when
So
K
that's where like them two together, they was like, we want to hoop together, like doing
well
like an all
KD
star
wanted to
break.
go to the New York Knicks though. Who was responsible for getting KD to come to the Brooklyn Nets?
Sound like I mean, it must have been an agreement between him and Kyrie.
I'm guessing it had to be because that was the only reason why he went. And he
Yeah.
said he wanted to hoop. I don't mind hooping with my guy. I don't mind hooping with my brother. But anyway, it's not to bash Kyrie Irving. It's
No,
just to
no.
say that, in this situation, it seems like things just kind of go wrong. And I don't know what his injury is, but man, like I didn't want him to I wanted him to really ball the hell out. Either if it was with Luca, even better. But for him to have him be the point guard or play off the point guard and be the two or whatever, the off two or whatever they call it. And then to have AD there playing at the four, that seemed like a perfect duo to me, you know? And now
Yeah.
we won't get a chance to see that at all.
Nah, just one
Damn
and
it, man.
done. Literally one and done. Went to the finals, and all you really need to do is have Luca lose some weight. They probably could have ran back.
That was it. The
Cause
nigga didn't even want to lose weight.
I think Kyrie could be definitely one of the best two like second best player on your team. Like Luca was the point. Kyrie top not like I come to respect his game. Like he definitely one of the coldest in the league. He got the best finish as a layup, the best handles. He can score at any part of the like I've seen this man shoot left-handed jump shots,
Anywhere on the
floating,
court, Kyrie is money.
spin, go up and under. Like I've seen, it's no other shot I haven't seen him make. So like he is cold. He
He
is the one
crucial.
of the
He
every
crucial.
his peers talk about him like he, Jordan AI them and like just the way he just
He's one of the
uh
few people, let me say this about him. He's one of the few basketball players I ever seen in real life get on top of a basketball and balance himself and then dribble two other basketballs. Never seen nobody else do that. It's a rarity, I should say. It's a rarity to see people do that. But when
yeah,
he
no,
did that, I said, "Oh no, you special.
yeah,
You special. Like you can do stuff that can't nobody else do, bro." But his health has been an issue in these last few years, and when these injuries start piling up, man, it becomes a thing where those guys either can't stay healthy or they start questioning their game. It becomes a whole psychological thing. So salute to him, man. I want him to get back, man. But
yeah,
yeah, I think we're gonna keep that not on his not blaming him about it, but ass. I think this the season is just gonna be ass.
yeah, true. So yeah, that's it on them right there. Who else should be hooping? I mean, Miami 74. You said you weren't too worried about them a couple days ago. Is they hooping or is they horn?
Look at me right now, Keith. I am not worried about the Miami Heat, bro. I'm just not.
Me neither.
I'm just not. Tell me who's on that team besides Bam.
Tyler Hero. They got Andrew Wiggins.
Oh,
Uh,
that's right. Wiggs did get to catch the alley-oop play. Um,
they did they game winning
yeah.
alley oop like .4 seconds left.
You know what? Let me change
Lucky
that. Let
actually.
me say he might help them get to that 5 or 6 spot too. So the Bulls gonna have to have some. They're gonna
And
have some trouble.
I think they got Norman Powell who had 33 last night.
Oh, and he was hooping with the Clippers last season or something like that.
Yeah, he was helping carrying them low key.
The Bulls gotta get on their shit though, because they'll fuck around just like we gonna go back to being at number 8 or number 9. That's what I don't want. I don't want them to do that. I want them to be
Yeah,
like that 5 or 6 spot.
exactly. Yeah, like
Yeah,
show
like
some
who?
progress, show some.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this is actually like they said the first 10, 11 games, probably 15 is we had this like the strongest strength of schedule.
Mm,
So like it's technically supposed to get easier, percentage wise, but like this little stretch between that we just had with Cavaliers, San Antonio, we playing Detroit tomorrow,
okay,
and then who we play the other day? Well, Milwaukee. Like that, this stretch was gonna be tough for us. So I'm like, if we could just come out a little bit 500 out of it, we'll be all right. But
okay.
I mean, we just need to get our pieces back. If we get our pieces back relatively healthy, I think we'll be able to determine if we're gonna be
All right,
top six or in the play in again.
we gonna see, brother. We gonna see.
But other teams is balling. Well, I'm gonna say who is your top five players in the NBA right now?
Top 5 players in the NBA right now. Top 5 players in the NBA right
Top five,
now.
top five, top five.
Top 5. Shea Butter. All
Mm-hmm.
right. I'm gonna say Tyrese Maxey.
He hooping. He's this year specifically two. He hooping.
I'm gonna say Luca.
Mm-hmm.
Search the league, Matt. Search the league in your mind. From what you seen, Luca. Who else would I put up in? De'Aaron Fox just came back, so I can't say no. I'm gonna say Wemby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um, And then who else I'm gonna talk to, man? Damn, who else would it be?
this one.
I need one more. Good job. I
You want
do
me?
this to I know I do this to people, and so they
Eh,
be sure they're doing the
No,
same
'cause, like
thing.
it's ways you can go with it. Like I was gonna think like if I was to do it, like I would probably try to choose other people than you. But there's one person that I would think you definitely would know. Like once you think of it, like, oh yeah. But I
Is
want to say
Paolo Ben? Because I haven't seen Paolo Banchero's game, so I can't. I ain't gonna say him. But
I like it, but it's he can definitely work on it better and help the team, you know, better.
hold on, let me think. Let me think. Let me think.
I don't want to influence show.
Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. So I'm gonna say Tyrese Maxey, Luka
Maxi,
Doncic, Luka the Don, um,
Shea Butter,
Wemby, Shea
maybe.
Butter, and I
Yeah.
need one more.
It's a couple you actually.
One more person that's hooping out there like that. Damn. Ooh, I can see him, but I can't put the name on it. You know what I'm gonna go? I'm gonna just say Cade Cunningham. I'm gonna say
He did.
Cade Cunningham.
They had 46 last night on 45 shots, but still good.
That's terrible though.
I mean, that's terrible shot, yes,
That's
but I was
terrible.
like 46 points is if you don't tell the backstory of it, it's great.
Yeah. It sounds good until someone tells you, hey, I have 46 points. And so you did? Yeah. Oh shit. And then you look like, let me see the stat line. No, 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 no. Don't look at that. And then they look and they go,
I'm cool.
it took you 45 shots to get it?
Yeah,
So yeah. Yeah, so that's my five. Who would you say would be yours right now?
legit. All right, we got Shea right off bat.
Hmm.
Ooh, Joker, Jokic.
Oh, oh my God, Daddy.
That's what I was thinking. You was Mike was gonna lead.
Damn, because that's my guy right there. I speak heavy on him, man. I like
Um,
and I didn't even say Giannis either. Okay, keep on going.
and definitely, yep. Luca for sure. I mean, I guess he balling right now. So, but them threes, you can't really be mad at right there.
Mm-mm.
Um, Wemby, he man, he making a he in there like because what he do with the defense and like
Mm-hmm.
for a 7'6" guy who can low key cross you like go blow bash pile you take one step boom on you.
Get to the rack, yeah.
Giannis,
Buddy got it all.
I'll give it to Giannis on that one for
Yeah, you said
four
Giannis. You said Giannis, Luka, Doncic. I mean, Jokic
and Shea.
and
So
Shea.
for my fifth, ooh. I mean, see, like you could put Anthony Edwards, I could put KD.
Mm, that's not
Mm,
bad. That's not bad.
that's not bad. Spider, he be cold to me, but some like he cold, like, but I think he be getting some bullshit calls, really. Like his 70-point game against the Bulls is one of the flukiest 7-point games I've ever seen. I'm sorry, it was fluky,
You gotta
but
explain why it's fluky though. Explain
but
why it's fluky.
I was watching that game, so like. He can score, but like he had like what cool like 18, 20 points in the first half. But like in the first half you watch that game, we was busting their ass, like but like we was getting a lot of calls too. They kept complaining about the whole thing. Second half happened, they get all the calls. And every time I'm telling you, every time he breathed or went past somebody, any little touch, foul. So he had like 20 something, like 23, 25 free throw attempts.
Mm,
A good portion of that was like if 70 points, so that's like a cool 20 points right off that. It's
which ain't a bad thing though. Shit, if I
it
can get
ain't.
20 points off the at the free
But
throw
it was
line.
just the way the game went, bro. Like a lot of that was a lot of bullshit call. I can see people just going out just scoring on at will, which it was getting to that point, but like, they built them out on a lot of calls that we shouldn't have did. Like we almost still won that game, but it's he just took off and gave him a quick 70. Like,
Okay,
but I can put him up there the top five too. But yeah, I got Giannis, Joker, Shea, Wemby, he in the, and then oh yeah, Luca.
okay, okay. Question for you. All right. I was just thinking about this. Prime for prime, regardless of injuries, no accolades. Hmm. Right? You can't say they won this person won a championship or anything.
Is it like a straight up one on one?
Just but no, yeah, based on no, this way, based on their game, if you had to choose based on their skill set and who they are, just as a player. Not any accolades. Take any accolades off the
Yeah,
table. None of that stuff. No, no MVPs, no championships.
kind of like if I was starting my franchise type stuff.
Yep, yep. And you didn't even. You just know based on their potential. T Mac or Kobe.
Now, am I going off when they was like straight coming out of high school, rookies,
Okay, no.
not knowing that potential, or
Let's
you
say
said prime? You said
based
prime,
on
right?
a prime. Based on a prime. You going T Mac or Kobe?
Yeah. They prime, mm, Kobe.
You take Kobe in his prime versus T Mac.
Yeah, I feel like he had more of a killer. Ooh, I ain't gonna say yeah, killer mentality, but T-Mac, will boy,
That
he
motherfucker.
gonna give you hell. Like,
Mac was like
and he was just
6'10".
so athletic too. So it's just
Yeah.
like if you not looking the right way, he coming down nuts on your head,
Man, everything.
jamming on
Or he
you.
come down with that hesitation and then that 1, 2, and then he get to the basket and it's ugly for you after that.
Exactly. Little stop, pop, pull up, and he'll pull up on you so crazy. So it's like I can see why people like big T Mac fans back in the day and just like loved
Hmm.
it and but I just seen that he couldn't get out the first round until he was a Spur in his like fifth
I,
season.
I ain't ask I ain't ask you nothing. You
True,
ain't
but,
got to.
like if it's off eye test and just straight like skill in Nate Prime, Kobe for sure.
Okay.
That's that's literally the closest thing to Jordan. So
All right.
he'll play some defense. He'll play defense. He'll get up on you. He's made some shots that I've never seen some players make besides maybe Jordan, even probably never Jordan made. But yeah, Kobe.
Okay. I got another one for you. In a prime. From what we saw, and I don't even know if this is a good one or not, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Michael Redd or Brandon Roy.
Brandon Roy, that was my boy. Like I'm
Brandon
just
Roy.
Brandon. Like if he didn't get hurt, bro, he would have been one of the coolest shooting guards of all time. Like he was just so patient. So like he could do anything. Like he was patient. He was like a 6'7" shooting guard, but like he was really the point guard. And he just broke down the game, took his pay time.
Yeah.
His mid range just stop, pull up was cold. He can
Hmm.
go to the hole. He'll boom him if you could, if his knees will allow him to.
Yeah.
But the way he had control of the game, and he actually like, oh, that's another thing I might actually later. But did you ever play 2K much at all or NBA?
Not at all.
Yeah. So he's one of those players that like, if I had to put like a top five, like a top five NBA 2K players, like players I played with through all 2K or NBA Live
Hmm.
history, where like I bust ass with.
Hmm.
Brandon Roy is one of those dudes that like you couldn't mess with me. I had when I had the
Hmm.
Portland Trailblazers back then with Greg Oden and him,
Yeah.
Lamar Aldridge,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
giving y'all work.
Mm.
So yeah,
Okay.
Michael Redd was cold though. Don't get me wrong, Michael Redd was
My career was fire, bro. He was
fire.
fire.
Like
That
he
motherfucker
had a
look like he had a
burn.
slingshot. I'm gonna come off that pit. Ugh. J your ass.
He had a
J.
burner, man. He played the Bulls because he was in the Central Division with us, so I've seen it,
Yeah.
plenty of times.
Yeah.
It's just something about Brandon Roy's game that I just liked a little bit more. Maybe some I could probably like, emulate and just he did it at his pace. And when players that can do it at his pace and how to be that quick, that fast, and control the game,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Brandon Roy's fire. Michael Redd was too. Michael Redd was too.
Oh, yeah, he was.
My next
That's
one. My next one. Prime for prime. Who you taking? Grant Hill or Paul Pierce?
oh man. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there's a
Mm.
reason why Paul Pierce was the truth. But
Mm.
the thing is, Grant Hill had way better athleticism than him that could like he could do anything. Like I mean, they were saying if he would have stayed healthy, he could have gave Jordan some go as far as like being the dude
I
in the
saw
East.
that. I saw that. I don't know if you were old enough to watch those games,
It
but
was blurry. Like I wasn't. I, I was watching the games, but like I wasn't like paying attention to Grant Hill like that in his prime before he went to Orlando. Like I
not
watched
making.
some Detroit games. I remember those felines. Like I remember all that. My
Hmm.
brother, thanks to my brothers being like I had older brothers. That's why I knew a lot about basketball and like had
Yeah.
to watch some games when I didn't want to. 'cause they was watching me, but
When Grant came into the league, and that year he faced, I don't know if it was his rookie year or whatever year that was, but that left to right crossover he hit Scotty with and left Scotty and then went to the cup and smacked that, dunked that bitch and smacked the backboard. I said, it's over for the league. I said, with him, Stephon Marbury, and Allen Iverson, there's nothing you can do with guys like that. Nothing. Nothing. Scotty was so messed up. He couldn't do nothing. You just saw Mike look over at him like, yo, stay in front of him. It's hard to stay in front of a guy like that who could dribble like that, get low with the ball, come back up, and hit you with another crossover. And then he had that skip, which is one I love because I tried to emulate that as a hooper. When he would come down court and he would skip it and then come back to go just check him out. Just check him out. He would do you dirty, man. He would do you dirty. Like them clips of him dunking on Alonzo Mourning and stuff like that. Grant Hill was cold. Now, that takes nothing away from P Square or the truth. Paul Pierce, because the truth got his name for busting the Lakers' ass when they was down, I think, in one of them games out in LA. And
yeah,
Paul went off. He had like 10 points or whatever in the first half, and he went off for another 30 in the second half. And they asked Shaq, was like, what you think about it? He's like, man, the dude is the truth. That name stuck with him. So I definitely think, and even with him not being the most athletic guy, Paul could boom on you, man. In his
oh yeah,
prime, where if
the
Paul got past you, you was
young
in,
Paul
yeah,
had a
you
nice
in
little bounce
some,
to him.
yeah, he had some decent bounce on him, man. Like he was fire, with his shot and his shot selection and being able to get to his spots on the court. Like he was dope. So I fuck with Paul Pierce, but I think I would take Grant Hill.
Yeah, just going on eye test, like because the injuries in Crank Hill cut off his potential where we could really saw him to be. But yeah, he was a problem when he was in Detroit, and
Mm-hmm.
especially
Mm-hmm.
young Craig Hill. But Paul Pierce, man, I grew up watching, so like I said I can fight for him. Even though if you ask my other guys that we literally had an argument about him or Melo, I'm like I chose Melo, but that's for another day. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but Paul, man, yeah, yeah, I say Grant
Okay.
because I think he would probably definitely on bet on the defensive end.
Okay. For sure. For sure. That was it. That's all I had right there. Those are the ones I wanted to ask you about. Maybe I'll come back with some more on the Saturday or something when we're doing this.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything else you want to knock out?
Uh, and nothing else really cracked off on the weekend. Do you know like is there any other boxing coming on this week? I could probably check out
Man,
any good ones at least.
yeah, so that's the thing. Like I just watch boxing the same way you probably just watch sports. So
Yeah,
whatever is on, I'll just watch it, even if it's UFC. Like I'll just sit there and just watch it just because it's on. I think there is a fight but that's the 22nd, I believe it is. So is that this week? I think there is a car happening this week or next week. I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you and talk to you about it. Maybe we'll do it on a Saturday. We'll do it early enough so we can talk about it, whatever. But I'm not sure of anything that's actually interesting or anything. But I am waiting to see David Benavidez fight Anthony Yarde. I think that's November 22nd or yeah, November 22nd. Devin Haney will be fighting Brian Norman Jr., which I think is going to be another good fight. So I think all that is on the same card, and I think that's November 22nd. So that should be a really good card to check out. So I will be tuning in for that. Um, Other than that, man, I don't have nothing else.
me too. Wrap it up. It's a Tuesday night, so we
It's a
have more.
Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get up and go to work in the morning, like some of you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We the working class, man. We are blue collar guys. And with that said, remember the mission statement when you striving for greatness. God never puts you in the driver's seat if it's taken. Keith, I appreciate you. Too tall.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, we done.